Over the past years, I've used maybe every single strategy imaginable to grow SaaS startups, but this one, it's so easy that I frankly believe it's unfair. So I have pulled up the screenshot. Basically, the story is the founder Terence comes to me saying, Denis, yo, I've been watching your YouTube channel for the last many months and I really want to succeed with my SaaS startup. What I do is we figure out, okay, based on the niche you're in, we want to be doing two things: meta ads and cold calling. The reason behind it is because he's selling to local businesses, and I know that out of all channels, these ones are going to be the easiest for us to reach our ideal audience. Then one day goes by, he goes from no demos on his calendar whatsoever to having 5 calls on his calendar. And at the same time, I keep meeting people who, for example, would be like, basically this week I spoke to a guy who is 8 years in with his SaaS startup and now has a blank calendar. The guy, Terence, watched my YouTube, came to me, he started his SaaS startup around a month ago, booked 5 calls the first day with this. That's why I thought that I must share it with you too, because not only, like, this wasn't the first time I utilized this one, because I've grown another startup using a similar one, and there we added over 500,000 in less than 6 months. And I think I can show the entire thing basically live here right now. What you do is, typically when you want to succeed with meta ads, you need to connect pixel and make sure that it's set up correctly. And then you double and triple check it so you're not like me and don't waste money on the wrong stuff. Then for this one, you don't even need to do that. That's why I can challenge you to set it all up within 1 hour, so that in 1 hour from now, you can indeed be getting inbounds for your startup, despite you potentially finding it so super challenging for the last months or maybe years. So what you do, you go campaign, create a new one, then leads. That's the objective you want. For vast majority of B2B SaaS campaigns, we do leads objective, then manual leads campaign, and I'll just YouTube video example just for the sake of it. So we keep it as default. We don't want advantage campaign budget. We don't want A/B test. Next. Let me close some notifications here. So next. You don't need website, you don't need messenger, you need instant forms. So what is going to be happening? We get the picture out there, people resonate with the picture, fill in their info, you get back to them, you speak to them, and you book them on your calendar. And I've worked with a couple solutions who scaled beyond 6 figures doing just that, nothing else. That's exactly why I thought I must challenge you to try it out. So instant forms, you select Facebook page, then you keep it the default. You keep this default, you don't touch dynamic creative for now. Daily budget, you can actually start very low with this. So just to give it a shot, you can do $10-20 daily. You can, depends on the niche you're in. For quicker results, we can put 50 here. Then budget scheduling, we don't touch none of that. Then for targeting, the main idea you need to understand with meta ads is that these days you need to target not by like picking some phenomenal creative things, because all the work has been done for you by 10,000 meta employees who've been working just on the ad algorithm for the last couple decades. That's why what you do is you're gonna target them with your creative. Let me explain. You keep the targeting very broad on the front end, and then you use your creative to speak directly to your ideal audience. So switch to original audience options, use original options. Then here Imagine I would want to do, my audience are like marketing agencies in states. So if that's the case, I would keep United States here, and I want to restrict the age. So for example, think of anyone you had ever had calls with. So let's say we want to keep it 25, 55. Like that's vast majority of industries. In some occasions, if you're selling to older guys, you might go slightly above 55 on the right end. You keep the rest like this, so you save audience. Then the placements, again, you let it to Facebook to figure those out for you. We keep this default. Next thing, the way you would set up your campaign is you would have one ad set and 3 ads. Typically we do 3 ad sets, 9 ads, but again, for just making it super fast time to result, let's just do 1 ad set, 3 ads. You pick your Facebook page, your Instagram account. You don't need to make them fancy. In case you don't need, you don't have an Instagram account, you just keep like the option run ads without my Insta here. Then you do the next thing. Let me pause the video for a sec. So yeah, you go to Canva. The thing you do is white background, black text. This one depends on the type of challenge you're solving. Okay, let's say you have a SaaS which is like better tracking for logistics companies. Want to improve operations for your logistics company. Our simple tool will calculate all your rides and plan out the driver's calendar for you. Click to learn more to see how it works. Perfect. The best part here, you don't need fancy design at all to make it work. Just okay, for the sake of it, let me just adjust here and there. So you want to do hook at the top. Typically there are 3 main different hooks you use. It's the question based, pain point based, and the case study based. Giving you example, question 1 is want to improve operations for your logistics company. Pain point based is logistics company owners tired of managing their drivers' calendars. And then case study angle would be, this is how we helped the owner of this logistics company stop spending 20 hours a week on managing the driver's calendar. And I'm giving this example without ever growing a company in basically in driver's logistics type industry. Basically, you adjust it for yourself and you keep the creative super simple. It's like indeed the call out, then our simple tool will do X so that you don't need to do Y. Click learn more to see how it works. You take this image, then we go back to our campaign. Where was it? So you add the image and then you create the instant form. Don't overcomplicate it. Basically, the more filtering questions you put inside the form, the fewer leads you'll be getting, and that's why you want to balance it out. Usually you keep it how shall I say, you keep it 4 to 5 questions, something like this. So for example, here If I would be growing this SaaS that helps owners of logistics companies, it would be, are you an owner of a logistics company? Filtering first question. Then just first thoughts would be, how many hours you spend right now managing, like, do you manage your driver's schedule? How many hours you spend doing this? Would you like to learn how you can improve this process? Are you using any solution right now for managing this? Like, these are my first 5 thoughts. Basically, what you want to do is filter out relevant people, but without making it too hard for them to submit their info. You make this one here, and then you add your image. You don't touch any of this, and then you click publish. That's it. I have worked with few startups. One of them scaled to $250,000 in annual revenue doing just this, and they had like 4 to 5 appointment setters who would, for example, while the campaign would be delivering few hundred applications every day, they had 5 setters who would just sit from the morning till the night and be calling in everyone within 5-minute time frame. What is super important for this funnel to work is the time it takes you to get back to the lead. So if someone books and then it takes you a day or two to get back to them and say, oh, thanks for filling in the info, would you like to learn more? You'll lose a lot more leads in the way. If you're able to set up notifications through Zapier, which, I mean, figure it out. Basically, you have one hook, which is person submits info in my Meta dashboard. Second one being send me a Slack message or send me a Telegram message, as you like. If you're able to get back to people within 3 to 5 minutes and be like, oh, have you just submitted info there? Oh, yeah, why? Yeah, cool. Are you the owner of a logistics company? Yeah, sure, we run abctrucks.com in New York. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, so I guess you're now having this issue and that issue. Yeah, that's exactly the case. Cool. So then if you like, I have one slot tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern and then another slot in 2 days at 1 p.m. Eastern to show you how our tool can help you solve this pain point and achieve this goal. Would you be open to that? Yeah, absolutely. You take their email, you get them on your schedule. The day the demo is, you get back to them and just confirm the call so that you have above 70%, 80% show up rate. And I mean, one of the startups I worked with has joined my program at saascamp.com, and they were between like 3-4 meetings a week. We got them to 20 meetings a week within the first couple weeks, and then we scaled this to 60 meetings a week so that they had 3 full calendars of them as booked doing just that. Of course, it was not their first iteration of their ad, but basically we used a slightly different creative. For this one video, I thought that, okay, you set this all up in 1 hour max, and usually after a couple hours, the campaign will start running. The next day, the next 2 days, I wouldn't be surprised if you start getting leads, and you can just reach back to them and start booking demos with them. Don't forget, a useful thing would be to redirect people once they submit the form, so they land either on your landing page or on the Calendly, such a way that some of them can book straight away without you needing to reach back to them. Let me know how it works for you in the comments. And yeah, I think, look, out of all different creative ways I've seen people grow their solutions and all the ones which I used myself, I think in terms of effort to output, nearly impossible to beat this unless you just DM some huge influencer with 1 million followers and tell them, look, can you make this post? And the influencer is in logistics space, and you tell them, can you make a post about my tool? I mean, the only thing that comes close would be this campaign, because then you just make more iterations of your ad. And that's pretty much it. So You just keep testing more ads, more angles, more ad copies, and this way you can really scale just doing that to even, like, as I've seen and experienced, the 60 meetings a week or more. Appreciate you watching, and let me know once you try it out.